What's up guys, Loki619 and I am back with another video, but today we're not reviewing a game, we're not reviewing any technology, we're not unboxing anything. Well, we are kind of unboxing something. What we're doing right now is unboxing Comic-Con badges. Let's go ahead and open that up. And if you're not sure what Comic-Con is like the biggest comic book convention in the world here in San Diego, and it happens every year. This is going to be my 21st year of attendance at this event, and I'm so excited that for the last 21 years, have been able to get badges. I know the biggest thing about Comic-Con is trying to get badges, and for some ungodly reason, I've always been lucky every year, and I'm thankful to the gods that, the Comic-Con gods that allow me to be able to get badges every year. And so this year is no different, but it is different because this year you have a Comic-Con badge box, which is pretty awesome because it has like a magnetic little strip here that keeps it closed, and it shows you what's inside. So, or it holds what's inside. So the cool thing about it is, let me go and take this off camera real quickly. It shows you, it houses your Comic-Con badge, and then it also houses this guy right over here. I don't know if you can see it. And I'll post a better picture of it. I'm not sure if that's focused or not, but this is a commemorative pin that's limited to 138,000. Basically, every attendee that's gotten one of these will be getting one of these pins. That's Comic-Con 2017 pin. This is my badge. It contains my badges for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Rick Grimes over here is the RFID pass that allows you to get in and out of the different venues. You basically have to tap that onto each venue to get in, tap it to get out. So we're going to go ahead and take him out and take the rest of this stuff out. Put the box down right there. And we will go over these things one by one. For now, though, I'm going to go ahead and put my badge like that. I'm trying to hide my name because I don't want you accidentally showing up at my front door. Aside from the badge as well as the pin, let's put the pin closer to the middle so you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, you also get this little card right here, which is pretty cool because it gives you an opportunity or a space to write your hotel, your confirmation number, and your shuttle. So if you're taking the bus from the hotel to get to the convention and from the convention to the hotel, it gives you a place to write down your shuttle route so you remember and you don't get lost here in San Diego. There's a couple of other things there as well, so we'll go ahead and set that aside for now. Let's go ahead and put that over there so you can kind of see what's going on. And then the other thing, the biggest thing that the badge comes with this year is this little welcome booklet, which is new to this year. They have big welcome booklets and everything, but this is awesome that it comes with the badge. It shows you that Comic-Con is really putting a lot of effort into trying to get more and more people excited about this event, and so it's great that they're doing this. So you have a little welcome letter inside, which is awesome. Then you've got some pictures from previous conventions. Then you've got information about the badges. So this is the page that tells you the do's and don'ts. So the one thing that you don't want to do is take out Rick Grimes, because if you take out Rick Grimes, you won't be able to get in and out of the venue because he is the RFID chip. Plus, he's also the badass on The Walking Dead. It gives you a picture of the 2017 commemorative pin, which is again awesome. It's limited to 138,000 people. Or 135,000 people. It tells you where to pick up your badges. I'm sorry, not your badges, your lanyards, your books, and your souvenir bag. If you've seen Comic-Con people, I have videos and pictures of people at Comic-Con every year. They have these huge bags with all kinds of designs on them and whatnot. That's one of the best things about Comic-Con, getting those bags. And then the lanyards. Next, we have a picture of the souvenir book, which is pretty awesome in itself. And then it tells you about the event guide, the quick guide, as well as why you should pick them up. My opinion, from my experience, it's always a good idea to pick up the events guide or at least the quick guide, because if you're at the convention, you want to try to plan your time out wisely. And the event guide is a really great way to do that, because if there's a certain event that you're looking for, it tells you exactly what time, what day, and what venue it's at. And Comic-Con has gone beyond San Diego, the convention center. It's extended to other venues nearby, like the Hilton, the Hilton by the Bay. You've got the Marriott, and there's a bunch of other places. So it's important to get that event guide. And it's also important too, like if you're looking for certain items, like say anime, it will tell you exactly where to go to find anime. Next page gives you the must list. This is a list of things that they recommend that you have or that you have handy. First, you've got the photo ID as well as the credit card information and the Comic-Con email confirmation for your badge. If you haven't received any of this, you have to pick it up at the convention itself. And so you'll need your photo ID, you'll need the credit card or the, not the credit card, you'll need the email with the confirmation and the badge information so to be able to pick up your badges on site. As far as credit card and cash, I'm a big believer that it's, cash is king. So if you're going to buy stuff, which you probably will, or most likely will, you want to buy as much as you can and bring as much cash as you can, because the ATMs there will charge anywhere between $250 to $350 to per transaction. Plus, there are always lines at the ATM. So to save money and to save on trying to stay in line, and you're going to be in a lot of lines, trust me, you want to bring the cash. Next up, a sketchbook as well as pens and pencils. Always a great idea, so that if you're standing in line waiting, you can whip out that sketchbook and start drawing if that's your thing. Or if you meet a comic book artist or get in line to meet a comic book artist, you can hand them your sketchbook and they can draw something for you, sign it, and you can be on your merry little way with a picture from Jim Lee or from some other comic book artist. Lanyard. This is like Lanyard Con. Basically, every year I go to Comic Con and I walk away with at least 12 free lanyards. So don't worry about lanyards. If you don't have a lanyard, trust me, when you get your Comic Con book and your Comic Con souvenir bag, there will be several lanyards in there. Or just walk around the convention floor, you'll get a bunch of lanyards. Shoes. Comfortable shoes. I recommend bringing a second pair of shoes or a second pair of flip-flops. I usually have them in the car. That way, when I go to lunch, I'll go to the car, grab my lunch. I usually bring a packed lunch, and then change shoes or change to the flip-flops, and then it's like a new pair of shoes all over again. So it's a good idea to bring a comfortable pair of shoes with you. As a side note, never ever buy a pair of shoes and then wear them the next day to Comic-Con. Comic-Con is not the place to break in a new pair of shoes. You want to break them in days before, and that way you know that they're good to go. I bought a pair of Nikes and I wore them to Comic-Con the next day thinking that they were going to be great. Nope. I walked away from the convention with a bunch of, and this was the first day of the convention, so I walked away with a bunch of blisters and really sore feet. So never ever break in your shoes during Comic-Con. It also tells you to bring your souvenir bag. That, again, you'll get to the souvenir bag at the convention when you pick up your lanyards and whatnot. Water bottle. It's always a good idea to bring a water bottle like right over here, because it's either you're either paying $3, $4 for water. So bring a water bottle. A want list. That guy right there. Want list, very important if you're a collector, if you're looking for certain comic books, graphic novels, or whatever. Good thing to have. It saves you time. It saves you having to figure out, okay, what am I going to buy this year? And then realize when you get home that you forgot to buy a certain graphic novel or whatnot. Next up is food. Again, I'm a really big proponent on bringing food. I bring a cooler, I bring chips, put it in my car, a packed lunch. That way you save money, you save time. Just go to your car, grab the food, you're good to go. And then same thing with drinks. Bring water, bring a bottle of water, a water bottle if you can. That way you can always replenish your water later, or at least have bottled water in the car. External battery and phone charger. It's always a good idea to bring something like that, because your phone's gonna die. I guarantee you. There's one year I had just gotten a brand new iPhone, and trust me, I didn't last a day without that phone. By 10 o'clock in the morning, it was a fully charged phone. By 10 o'clock in the morning, I was struggling to try to make ends meet on that phone because the battery was dead. So bring power. My recommendation is bring portable batteries, because if you have a charger with you, again, it's great to have, but you're going to be tethered to one place. You're going to be standing next to a power outlet. At least with an external battery, you can plug that in, walk around while you're charging, and you're good to go. Just remember to charge it the night before. The next thing on this list, on the must-have list, is sun protection. This is San Diego, guys. I know a lot of you are coming from colder climates where 90-degree weather is perfect, is fun, is comfortable for you. It's great. For us San Diegans, it's hot. But keep in mind, it may be great for you guys, but while you're out in the sun, you're going to be burning. So sun protection is very, very important. What's not listed here, and what I'm going to recommend, is deodorant, because trust me, there's 100,000 people in the convention, or on the convention floor, and the convention center's, their AC system, their HVAC system is great, but at 100,000 people on the floor, that quickly becomes a mosh pit of armpits and body odor from different varieties of geeks and nerds and aliens, and it really does tend to stink. Also, if you're here from out of town, or even if you're in town, if you start sweating in a t-shirt, change your shirt the next day if you're coming back to the convention, because it stinks. So do us all a favor and take a shower, change your clothes, use deodorant. Last thing here would be a camera. Now, I recommend bringing an actual camera. I can't show you the camera that I'm shooting on right now because I'm shooting on it, but I bring a DSLR, or at least 2 DSLRs, and I leave one in the car as backup in case I need it. Or sometimes I'll bring it with me depending on how my back feels. But I'm usually never without a DSLR. Why? Because a DSLR can shoot in relatively low lights, depending on your DSLR and your lens. 2, they're really quick because they have a shutter instead of sensors and whatnot. So your pictures are almost instantaneous. And 3, they've got really good quality. So later on, if I decide, I'm shooting in RAW, so later on I decided, this picture wasn't the exposure, it was underexposed, it was overexposed, or whatever, I can still fix it in post-processing. Whereas with your phone, yeah, it's convenient, it's in your pocket, but you're spending more time pushing a button on your phone to try to get your phone to focus, or especially if you're in low light, it makes it really hard to take a picture on your phone. People, I don't know, they fool themselves. They take a picture and then it's really blurry, and they say, "Oh, I got a really great picture of this girl in Chun-Li cosplay." But no, you didn't. Your picture's blurry, it's dark, and you can't see any details. So get a camera. Do you have to get a DSLR? No, not necessarily. $150 to $200 point and shoot camera works just as, well, I wouldn't say just as well, but works a lot better than your phone. So I do recommend bringing a camera. Next page gives you a map of the convention center as well as of the sales pavilion, which is upstairs. You need this because if your events guide says you need to go to Hall H and you're all the way over here, how do you get from Hall H to, how do you get from there to Hall H? And it tells you exactly where to go because of this map. Next up, we've got the mezzanine map. This gives you a pretty good idea of the area of the convention center where nobody goes. So it's a good idea to check out the mezzanine level because there might be some booths over there that might be worth taking a look at. Like, for example, we had a booth there. Oh, well, I didn't have a booth, but there was a booth there a few years ago of your local 501st Stormtrooper Regiment. So, if you're into that, that's where they were at one point a few years ago. And so, great place to go every so often. It's also, a lot of people don't know of it. There's concessions there if you want to eat. It's expensive at the convention center, but if you don't want to walk like a mile or so to get food, it's there. It's convenient. Speaking of convenience, if you have a disability, the Convention Center Corporation has a really great service, and they make sure that aside from the convention center, but Comic-Con International as well, they make sure that our disabled friends also, get every opportunity to enjoy the convention as much as we get to enjoy the convention. So if you guys have any sort of disabilities or need any accommodations, deaf and disabled services are there for you. They're great. Take advantage of them. Gaming, awesome time because more and more gaming companies are taking note of Comic-Con. I've seen an increase in gaming production companies coming, or publishers coming in. We've had EA at some point. We have Call of Duty. We've got Xbox every year. We have Nintendo every year. Sony, not so much. They usually have a booth at the convention, but they usually don't do as much as like Xbox and Nintendo do. Like Xbox, for at least the last 3 years, has had a hospitality booth. Same thing with Nintendo. They've had a hospitality booth. So, if you're away and you're at the Marriott's or wherever the hospitality booth may be, and you want to sit down or just play games that are upcoming, Xbox and Nintendo were the places to go. Again, Sony, they have a booth, but they don't really have a hospitality booth where you can sit down, relax, have water, have something to eat, unlike Microsoft and Nintendo. So if you're listening, Sony, just a suggestion. Next page gives you information about the Comic-Con itself, the organization, and the schedule, etc., and then the official app. Oh, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Sorry about that. Next page talks about autographs. There's a certain section where you can go to get autographs, and this again is where your sketchbook will come into play. I really recommend bringing a sketchbook. That way, if you meet your favorite artist, you can have them draw you a sketch right then and there. And then this page talks about exclusives. lately I haven't really been collecting a lot of the Comic-Con exclusives simply because of the fact that they're harder and harder to get. In the past, when I first started going to Comic-Con years ago, you simply went to the booth that was giving out the exclusive. You asked them, hey, do you have any exclusives left? And they gave it to you. Then as Comic-Con started to pick up as far as popularity, then came the line. So you had to get in line to be able to get one as first come, first serve. Nowadays, you have to get in line to be able to pick up a ticket so that you can get into another line just to be able to get into another line to finally be able to pick up the exclusive or to be able to buy or whatever. So it's gotten really crazy, but I guess, you know, that's the way of life for hardcore collectors. I'm not quite a hardcore collector yet, but who knows? I might get there when I get older. Next up, you've got the shuttle map. So if you're staying at any one of the hotels nearby, it gives you which map to take or which shuttle to take and where to pick up the shuttle from. Next up, we've got off-site events. One of the beautiful things about Comic-Con is that it no longer is just at the convention center. And if you don't have a badge, a lot of these off-site events are open to the public where you can come in and just show your ID if it's an over 21 event and get in. If it's under 21, if it's open for all ages, then you just show up and get in line and have fun. Like a couple of years ago, they had the Assassin's Creed challenge where they had a physical obstacle course across the street from the convention center, and you could take a leap of faith, and if you took a leap of faith, you got a special t-shirt from it. So yeah, there's a lot of off-site events, and I strongly encourage you guys that if you were not able to get a badge, come on down to downtown Gaslamp District, check out the off-site events, and have fun as well. And that's it for that little item right over there. So that is the 2007 Comic-Con badge. And if you guys enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you didn't like the video, go ahead and hit that dislike button. It doesn't really hurt if you do. That way it gives me more feedback to hopefully, help improve my quality of videos. But for those of you that did like the videos, again, in advance, thank you so much. Tell your friends. I am trying to get my channel to at least 1 million subscribers, but we gotta do 1 subscriber at a time. So I'm so close to 10,000. Let's see if we can get to 10,000. And stay tuned. I will be having more videos, more vlogs, more pictures of Comic-Con in the days to come. And Comic-Con is only a few days away, so stay tuned. It's not going to be very long. You'll have pictures of all these nerds walking around. You'll have pictures and videos of me, of me maybe getting coffee. I did a vlog last year, and some of my friends commented, hey, most of that vlog was just you getting coffee at Comic-Con. So what can I say? I ran out of battery by the time I finally got to the convention. So anyhow, thank you guys so much for stopping by. This is Loki619. Broadcasting from San Diego. Hope you guys have a great time at the convention, and I hope to meet you guys there. If you are going, please let me know in the comments or direct message me here on Facebook, on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, or Twitter, and hopefully we can meet up. All right, guys, peace. Be good.